All right, and we are back. Last week was quite a blur. We'll probably talk a little bit more about the fight in another video. It is my first loss and a bit disappointing, as it really should not have gone the way it did. But maybe we'll do a recap in another video on that. But either way, having come back just in time for the upcoming Night Token TGE. We talked about mining at night, the native token for the Midnight Network on Cardano privacy protocol. And we've talked about the different ways to mine it. We mined it quite heavily using cell phones, using computers, using other people's computers, using VPS, just all kinds of different methods. And the reward is around the corner. We're going to talk about how you can see your redeeming, how to redeem your tokens, how to go and see that. Different ways you can do it with multiple wallets, and what to expect as the token launches tomorrow on multiple exchanges. All that and more in today's video. If you're new here, my name is Alex, talk about crypto news, crypto passive income. If you enjoy content like that, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, smash up a like. Without further ado, let's end the video. We are at that time now for the Midnight Network as we are getting ready for the token launching. And it is launching on a lot of exchanges. This is the first thing I want to cover. Almost every exchange every top tier exchange is planning on listing at night. The only two kind of holdouts thus far from what I've seen is Coinbase, and we've not seen Binance themselves yet launching night token trading. We've seen Binance Wallet, Binance Alpha, some other alternative Binance type of trading. But OKX is going to have it. You're going to have the likes of, like I said, Binance, not directly, but Binance Alpha will have it. They're saying that they're going to be the first to be able to trade it. You're going to have the likes of KuCoin and others to likes of Bybit as well. There's going to be hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars worth of night that is going to be available to be traded, and you can earn through these exchanges. So while you're waiting, like myself, we'll talk about the whole thaw periods and the timeline for these thaws for the tokens that you mine. In the meantime, there's going to be plenty of time if you're bullish on the likes of Night to be able to trade it on some of these platforms and earn some of the rewards that they have allocated. So, for example, Binance Alpha talks about this as far as Midnight Token Airdrop, an exclusive token airdrop for eligible Binance Alpha traders. There's some details there. You're going to see the likes of this as well. 120 million night through OKX. You have 200 million night through the likes of Bybit. So be mindful of these type of opportunities. If you're looking to trade it, whether you are bullish, whether you are bearish, there's opportunities to earn night tokens while you're waiting for your redemption. And this kind of brings us to talking about the bigger thing that most people are now aware of is the redemption timeline for their tokens. Now, most people that maybe mine directly through the Midnight website directly, not using an alternative mining method. Maybe you didn't use your cell phone to mine. Maybe you didn't use a VPS to mine. Maybe you didn't mine on multiple computers and you just did the simple route. You just used this mining, the Midnight mining website for the mining at night token process. In this instance, this is going to be very simple. You would simply go to redeem, and it's going to automatically, whatever wallet you had connected, whether that's Eternal, whether that was NuFi or another type of Cardano wallet, you would just click redeem, and then you would connect that wallet that is already connected. Or you could also enter an address. And we're going to talk about how you can do this as well. But for some of us that were a bit more sophisticated in how we mined Night, for example, using cell phones, using VPS providers, we did a video on how to consolidate all of your wallets into one wallet. So for example, with NuFi, you could mine up to 30 wallets, but then you had a consolidation period where it went to just one wallet. And that is what I did in this example here with NuFi, where a majority of my wallets all consolidated to this one wallet that is going to get 4,300 or 4,700, 4,200 night tokens And mind you, this is just with NuFi, which I just had multiple browsers open mining at the same time. And mind you, this was for a period of about 10 days. So you can directly connect your wallet if you want to do that, or you can enter your address. Now, in this instance, you can only do one address at a time. So if I wanted to just enter my NuFi wallet address here, I could go back over here, right click, paste, confirm, and it would check that. So you don't necessarily have to have the Chrome extension. You can simply just have the wallet itself. Now, what is weird is this shows, this is maybe one of my other wallets here. Let me go to my other NuFi account here, Tactical Investing 4. Let me open the wallet because this one should show, yeah, this one here. We're going to in session, click to redeem, enter address. And then this is also going to show right around that 4,000. There it is. Yeah, 4,200 NITE tokens. So you can connect your wallet, you can enter your address. But the biggest thing that I've seen most people talk about is the thaw timeline, which to me is a bit frustrating, but I can also understand it as well. Every single one of my wallets has a very, very long thaw time frame, and it's a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So be mindful of that. And that's why I said, if in the meantime, you can earn NITE simply by trading on some of these platforms. But so first method to doing all this is going directly to the Midnight website, entering all your wallets, connecting your wallets, whether you have them as Chrome extensions. You can do that. That is going to be the easiest method, depending on how you mined the NITE token. Now, for me, this was my main wallet that I mined to was Eternal. I had all of my cell phones mine and consolidate to this one wallet. All my different VPS providers, when I ran VPS servers, all of them also mined to this wallet as well. And you can see right here, I'm going to be redeeming about 18,500 tokens. Now, the biggest thing is seeing when these thaw out is to understand making sure you have these dates in your calendar, because you don't necessarily want to be waiting longer to claim your NITE token. So my recommendation is you can do it the more laborious way of taking each wallet address, connecting each wallet, entering each wallet address individually. You can do it, or you can use this really, really nice checker. Now, this is by Miner ADA Markets, which we talked about in a prior video, as well as where you can mine on your phone using browser mining. So you didn't have to download any software. You could just simply use your browser. They put together a really, really cool Midnight Thaw checker, where essentially you can put all of your wallet addresses. So these are all of my 5 wallet addresses that I had, whether it was testing some devices early on to ones that I mined to mainly. I put them all into one here. It is limited to 10 if you're going to do the website version, and you can click check schedule. And it's going to show you how many tokens you are due in total, the total thaws, and the next one available. So for me, I can't claim any NITE until February 4th. Bit disappointing, but it is simply what it is. And you can see based off of the randomization that occurred, the 90 days that I would thaw out. So this one is going to be in 2 months and 13 days. And then after your first date that you're essentially assigned, everything else is 90 days after. So the only randomized thaw is the first thaw. After that, everything else is in 90-day increments. So you can see here, 2 months, 11 days. This one is 2 months, 13 days. This one is 2 months, 14 days. Address 4 is 1 month, 28 days. So of course, almost all the ones that have less NITE are earlier thawing. And essentially what that means is that's going to be the earlier time that you can actually go and click redeem. So once this actually your first 71 days is up, you're going to see 25% of this, which you can see back over here, of 4,600 NITE will be thawable, or I would be unthawed and I could go redeem. I could then at that point, I would need Cardano for gas fees. I could then at that point trade it, send it to an exchange, whatever I wanted to do with the NITE tokens at that time. So that essentially is the whole process of connecting your wallet, logging into the Glacier drop, checking your redemption, and seeing when you can access the Knight tokens that you've mined. I'd love to kind of see what everyone's personal timelines is on this. I've seen it very, very random. I saw some people that, had only like 5 Knight tokens to redeem in their wallet, and their thaw was in 2 days. So it was a very, very quick thaw, but it was literally no Knight tokens that was being redeemed or that would be redeemable at that point. So I don't know if there's something that plays a role into the more Knight that you have, the longer you have to wait to redeem it. I don't know if it has a factor or if there's other things that play a role into when you can actually redeem. So it is interesting to see how that has played out. They did put together a kind of guide to this about a few days ago of what to expect. The details of the distribution of the tokens, what this all looks like. And so, I think the biggest thing kind of is just stepping back and looking at what in a broader perspective, what could potentially happen, right? I think by the time a lot of people are going to get Knight tokens from the earlier Glacier drop specifically, that is going to be available for a lot more people. I would expect a big sell-off considering the time that we are in the market. It's not a very, very bullish time in the market. People are getting free tokens. They're probably going to sell it. And so by the time that you expect to be able to start claiming in 2 months, the Knight tokens that you've earned from your scavenger mine, unless there's a lot of things that continue to propel the momentum for Knight forward, there could be some pretty hard corrections by the time that most Knight is going to be redeemable. So the biggest thing is, seeing what this is going to look like for the rest of the tokens that are going to be out there, how much of these are actually going to be available for trading, what the liquidity is going to look like. There's kind of a lot of unknowns until things start to play a part tomorrow and what we see the initial listing price being. I think obviously the earlier you get your unlock, the better, but eventually there will be a bottom. There's going to be a price. There's going to be a price bottom for the likes of Knight. What that price could be is too hard to even, it's not even worth trying to contemplate or put a number to, because it literally could be anything. It could be a penny, it could be a tenth of a penny, it could be a hundredth of a penny, it could be 50 cents, right? No one really knows what that bottom price is going to be, where Knight is going to trade as an average, and who knows, maybe it sells off and then it trends on the way back up. Just a lot of unknowns right now to try to even speculate what the price of Knight is going to be and the value of the Knight tokens you are going to get. Would it be nice for it to be, worth, 50 cents? It sure would, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. I think the best thing, if anything, is to trade Knight in the next few days, as there's going to be a ton of volume. There's a ton of Knight tokens up for grabs on some of these exchanges. In my opinion, it's better to take advantage of that opportunity rather than worry about something you can't really control with the thaw timeframe. But that's just my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what is upcoming. I'll leave a link to this down below so you can put all these in your, so you can check all your addresses. You can also add these to your calendar. So you can add it to Google Calendar so it sets you a reminder to go and claim your tokens. Highly, highly recommend that you do that. Just makes it simple for you, and you can kind of see, table view, calendar view. You can see when you can go and claim your tokens. So you can see mine's going to be here in some of these days. Highly recommend that you use this tool because it will make your life easier. That said, if you enjoyed this video, smash up a like. You enjoy content like this, consider subscribing. Until next time, guys, stay invested.